Hey Cam, how you doing? It's Nick from AkuShaper here. I was taking a look at your file here. Those first two images you sent over, I wasn't able to get. Excuse me. But I did get the image of the outline, and it looks like you pretty much nailed it. So I'm gonna try to get those other images from you, which I'm assuming had to do with the rails. But I was taking a quick look at your files, so I thought I'd just put together a quick little video on some of the things I saw, maybe a couple recommendations. So yeah, that's what I thought. I'd jump in here and give you a quick snapshot of what I was seeing. But yeah, so the outline looks good. You do have several slices, but you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We generally try to keep it in like the 3 to 5 range, but we'll see what we can do. I know some of the boards started getting a little complex. But yeah, for starters, why don't we open this up and take a look in the bay and check out how these slices came out. So generally I try to look at the boards from the tail here, and I'm looking for any like wobbles in the rail. And so like right here, I would say that probably jumps out. So that's like the third or fourth slice up. Let's just take a quick look, because it looks like you have this kind of like step deck little rail thing going on here. Same here, but you can see it's not quite as pronounced. And then this is, I think, where the problem's occurring, because now it's transitioning back into that smoother rail. So I'm going to delete this slice just to see what we get in the bay. So kind of the same thing, a little bit, you still kind of have this like wobble in the rail line there. You can see that dip here as well. So there's a couple ways we could go about this. One would be we could try to delete one of these other slices, because what's happening is these slices are blending into each other. So everything from here to here is a blend, and then everything from this rail line out to this slice here is going to be blending. So let me delete that slice, and let's just see what we get here. So that's starting to roll in a bit smoother. You still have that kind of step deck in the back, so you're going to have to let me know a little bit more about what you want to do with that. But if you were trying to keep that kind of step deck throughout the board, the other thing you could do is select this rail here, and you could do a file export of the slice. I'll just call it slice. And then what you could do is a file import. And what you're doing here is you're bringing that exact copy of that slice and placing it somewhere else in the board. So it's going to ask you where you want to put it. This board is 7.0, so let's put it right in the middle at what's 3.5 feet. So now that put that there in the middle, we can take a look in the bay. So it did add a bunch of wobbles back in again. But what you would do for that is like, you could delete some of these slices and it will start to roll that deck. See how it got all smooth again? That's looking pretty good. And you can see it put that step all the way, that little step rail all the way in on the whole entire board up until basically this slice, but you can see you still have that in there. So it's a pretty nice blend. Let me know if that's what you were trying to go for with the board, or if you just wanted that in the tail section, and then I'll shoot you another video and we can kind of have a chat about how you might do that. For the sake of time, I'll move through this next part quickly, but the rocker also kind of stood out to me as a little flat, but not terrible. So I'm just going to go through with a couple of my own personal recommendations. I mean, I know you were trying to map this kind of off of a board you had already had in stock. So what I would do is I would use this T-rocker tool, and I'd kind of move this whole tail rocker up to start. I didn't move it very much, but so I might do something like that. Kind of keep this where you had it, but then on the bottom, maybe start to pull this out just a hair. Because what we're going for here is we're trying to make this a nice, smooth, kind of continuous rocker. So that's looking a little bit better. And I see you have kind of the beak nose going there. That might need just a hair of attention as well. Let's just zoom in and check it out. So if you want it like super sharp, you got it right there. But you know, if you kind of wanted to like roll it out a bit more like traditional style, could do something like that as well. Not entirely sure what if you wanted that sharp or not. But yeah, that's looking a hair bit cleaner. I would say it's a little thick here in the kind of this front foot part of the board. But even, you know, I just made a couple adjustments on that red control point, just moved it up a little bit and starting to smooth out, looking pretty sharp. But let me know what you wanted on the rocker dimensions, and I can we can start to kind of put that together a little bit more. And yeah, it's looking good. I mean, the only other thing I would say maybe is I know we're getting away from your original thickness at this point, but we can go back and fix it later. But what I'm trying to get is kind of a nice roll on that bottom rocker. Yeah, man. Let me know what you think, and if you can get those other images over to me, we can mess around with the tail and stuff. But I'll shoot you over this copy, and yeah, we can go from there. Okay, thanks, man. Talk to you later. Bye.